Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, we're going to take a look at 4, according to the article here from sciencetimes.com, dated April 11th, 2020. Krakatoa Volcano erupts along with 3 others in Indonesia. We're here at a website that is strictly focused on seismic activity and volcanic activity in Indonesia and the surrounding area, Magma Indonesia. And you can see here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, I think right over here on the southwestern side of Indonesia, that have recently erupted, at least within the last 24 to 48 hours. Looks like there's 6 currently ongoing. That's with regard to volcanic eruptions. You can see some seismic activity in the area, which both are no stranger to this region, this part of the world. But 4 volcanoes in just a couple of days is kind of rare, and it falls in line with the rare magnetic anomaly we saw in the Earth's magnetic shields a couple of nights ago. And then right after that, we have the volcanic eruptions just prior to and right after the magnetic anomaly. People in Queensland, Australia noticed thousands of butterflies flying at the beach offshore. They were headed out into the ocean. And then, just a couple of days ago, bees were doing the same thing. Here's a post on Facebook by Natalie Dunn from Queensland that found all of these bees, and they too were flying out towards the ocean and then washing back up into the sand. So very unusual behavior. Not exactly sure what's causing it, but the locals down there said they've really never seen anything quite like it. Here's a look at the volcanic eruption of Krakatoa Volcano in Indonesia. The volcano was asleep, according to this, for 137 years. I think it erupted in 2018, albeit it may have been small, but there was a large eruption in 1883 that was quite devastating to the region. But here's a article you can find linked below with the volcanic eruption. Here's a picture of the most recent eruption with smoke and lightning and lava. Quite a spectacle to say the least. But again, Indonesia is no stranger to volcanic activity. But four in a row, or 4 very close together, is quite remarkable to say the least. And also, there's a loud noise being heard miles and miles away. Some sort of a strange sound in the sky being reported in Jakarta, I think as far away as northwestern Australia here recently. I'm trying to find out some information best I can, but I got an email from an individual implying that they're calling the strange noises have returned down in Indonesia. Haven't seen or heard anything about that yet, but as soon as I do, I'll definitely share that with you guys. Looking at the Yellowstone Volcano, been watching it closely as we have for years, and normally here at the caldera, these seismographs have typically over the years been pretty quiet. And here recently, though, they've been full of energy, it seems like, around the clock. Some sort of energy, whether it be seismic, whether it be magma intrusion, and then you've got some that are showing very unusual signature that I've never seen personally over the years, but that doesn't mean it hasn't happened. I don't watch these constantly, and I'm not the oracle of knowledge when it comes to the seismos at Yellowstone. I'm just very familiar with them, that's all. I have a lot of viewing experience, but I'm not 100% sure of their overall personality. I can say this, that's a lot of activity on any seismograph, anywhere it's at on the world. Looking at these seismos, they look very, very active. Looking at the seismos from around the world, you can see a spike here in Nevada, Colorado, just a few hours ago, and that is from a 5.2 magnitude in north central California. Bodie, California saw a 6.3 mile deep, 5.2 magnitude earthquake earlier this morning, and that was also detected on seismos over at the Yellowstone supervolcano and seismographs around the U.S., not necessarily around the world. Wasn't a super large earthquake, but nevertheless it was felt over at Yellowstone. That's these red lines that you see here. These other lines are either magma intrusion or some sort of a local anomaly there at the supervolcano caldera. Not exactly sure. Speaking of local anomalies, big heads up tomorrow and even going into this evening. In the next 48 hours, we could see some extreme weather throughout parts of East Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, over into Alabama, especially tomorrow on Sunday, quite possibly even in tonight, up into areas of like Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas. Could begin up in there tonight. You're looking at VentureSky.com, and it's showing us basically atmospheric instability and energy in the mid-levels and upper levels of the atmosphere, and it is primed and ready to rock and roll. So you guys in these areas that are highlighted in burgundy, be ready at a moment's notice, because there could be tornadoes, large hail, a little bit of everything across the board with regard to severe weather in these areas in the next 48 hours, especially tomorrow. If the weather starts getting very extreme where tornadoes start popping up, and there's a very good chance that there will be tomorrow, we'll turn on a live stream and follow the weather as closely as we can. I received a photo from Paul. It was sent to him by Pastor Dave of this lake in New York. We're here at Google Earth, and you're looking at Lake Salubria. And the next photo you're about to see is of Lake Salubria from just a few days ago, turning red. Look at that. Here's a side-by-side. There's the lake under normal conditions, and for some reason, here recently, the lake has turned completely red, and that's in Bath, New York. Photo sent in by Paul. It was given to him by Pastor Dave. I guess that's kind of unusual. We don't see that very often. It does happen from time to time. You hear about this red tide phenomenon, stuff like that. I don't know all of the details of what's going on here exactly. All I know is that the lake turned very red, and there's what it normally looks like on Google Earth. Thank you, Paul, and thank you, Pastor Dave. There's going to be more storm activity coming up in the first part of next week. There's going to be another large low pressure system, and the wind field, I was looking at how wide the wind field is going to be with this storm. It's going to be larger than Pluto, over 1,400 miles wide, and this storm is going to make its way up the eastern seaboard and pretty much do the same thing, or be at least close with regard to strength and central low pressure. The central low pressure is supposed to be around 965 millibars again. The large storm that just went through the upper northeast, especially Maine, that created 250,000 power outages, well, this storm here has the same potential. And this is on weathercharts.com. That's coming up first part of next week. So we'll be watching that very, very closely as well. Here's an incredible photograph sent in by Kim W., taken by her son Joel out of Richardson, Texas. You can see a spectacular double rainbow here, and then an incredible lightning bolt going through the double rainbow. Don't see that very often, but whenever we do, it is absolutely incredible. Thanks for the photo. I really appreciate it. And once again, the Krakatoa Volcano has erupted off the coast of Indonesia, not only once, but twice on Friday, spewing plumes of ash 500 meters into the air. The two eruptions were documented at the country's Volcanology Center on Friday night between 9:58 p.m. and 10:35 p.m. Jakarta local time. If you guys are new viewers, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click on this bell so that way you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. If you are current subscribers, just double check. Make sure you're still subscribed to the YouTube channel. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. All of the photos end up here at the Sky Phenomena Photo Gallery. I'll sometimes use them in a picture slideshow or share them in a video, just like you saw right here. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.